For the people out there that are homeowners and that bank with Navy Federal Credit Union, getting something called a HELOC, aka a home equity line of credit, is definitely a smart thing you guys can do if you guys are looking to get access for some kind of personal funding. And for those out there that don't know what a HELOC is, aka a home equity line of credit, is pretty much a line of credit that is borrowed against the available equity that is in your home. So think of it like a revolving credit card, except we are using the equity that is in your home as collateral. So essentially what we would be doing is whatever equity that you have in your home, that would potentially be kind of like your credit limit. You will then be able to borrow funds as needed up to a certain amount, and you only have to repay the funds that you actually use with Navy Federal. And for those out there that do not know what equity is the difference between what you owe left on your mortgage and what your home is currently worth nowadays. For example, if you guys owe $200,000 left on your mortgage, but your home is valued at $300,000 nowadays, then you, sir or ma'am, have about $100,000 worth of equity inside your home. Now, Navy Federal allows you to get a HELOC all the way up to 95% of your home's equity. So in this case scenario, you will have access to $95,000. So just think of this $95,000 as a big credit limit. HELOCs function similarly to a credit card, but with typically lower interest rates and way higher credit limits. I haven't really talked about this before on my channel, and I haven't seen too many other people talk about this matter as well. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Navy Federal HELOC and why you would even want to get one in the first place. So just make sure to watch this video all the way to the end, because you definitely do not want to skip out on this one, because this video is going to contain a lot of valuable information. If you're already subscribed, then welcome back. But if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Ismael Sandiford, and you are now watching Just Money, where we talk about financial related topics such as personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So before we go over the Navy Federal HELOC, let's quickly go over why you may want to even get a HELOC in the first place. Okay, so homeowners typically get a HELOC for a few different reasons. The first reason why someone might even want a HELOC in the first place is because maybe they want to consolidate their credit card debt. By consolidating their credit card debt, this would then cause their credit score to go up, and now you don't have to make monthly payments on any of your credit cards no more. Another reason to get a HELOC though is because maybe you want to make home improvements on your home, or maybe you need to cover medical expenses for whatever reason, or maybe you need access to an emergency fund. Or also, from what I've personally seen, people get HELOCs to use as a down payment to acquire real estate if they're trying to buy something like an investment property. If the numbers make sense to where you're buying a multifamily residence and you have tenants covering your mortgage and the HELOC, then this is definitely a big play that you guys can do to start building up your real estate portfolio. This is more so a more advanced real estate investor move though, so I only recommend to do this if you guys are experienced or you have some kind of skin in the game already. For those that don't know, I'm a licensed real estate agent and a licensed mortgage loan originator, so I've definitely seen a lot of people use this hack before. It can go really good, but it can also go really bad fast. But the last reason that I'm going to be mentioning on why you may even want a HELOC in the first place is because maybe you want to kickstart that business that you've been meaning to start for quite some time now. If you can get access to tens of thousands of dollars, then why not try to fund your dream business using the power of your equity? But anyways, now that you guys know what a HELOC is and what people are using it for, let's talk about the Navy Federal HELOC. Okay, so to get a HELOC with Navy Federal, you obviously have to be banking with them, because if you are not banking with them, then you will not be eligible to obtain a HELOC with them. So if you guys want to know on how to bank with Navy Federal, then I made a full in-depth video on how to do this. I'll link it down in the description below, or just wait till this video is done and I'll put it at the end of this video. But the other thing you're going to need in order to get a HELOC in the first place is you obviously have to be a homeowner. You have to be a homeowner, and you have to have some kind of equity already in your house. Navy Federal is going to allow you to do a HELOC on properties that you own as long as it's a single family residence. They will, however, let you do a HELOC on a duplex too though, but you have to be residing in one of the units because it does have to be your primary residence. But as far as a 3 and a 4 unit residence though, you will not be able to do a HELOC on that even if you are residing in one of the units. So if you're currently living in a 3plex or a 4plex, you will not be eligible to obtain a HELOC with Navy Federal. And also, just so you guys know, if you guys live in the state of Texas, you will not be eligible to obtain a HELOC with Navy Federal. Why? I don't know. They just don't do them there. And let me also just mention, the minimum loan amount for a HELOC with Navy Federal is going to be $10,000, and the maximum is going to be $500,000. And whenever you guys decide to apply for a HELOC with Navy Federal, on the application, they're going to ask you for quite a few documents. They're going to want your personal information along with the last 2 years of your employment information. They're also going to want to take a look at your guys' credit score, and just so you guys know, they are going to be pulling from your Equifax, so just be ready. They're also going to want to take a look at your tax transcripts from the last 2 years, and they're going to want a copy of your homeowner's insurance policy along with a few other documents as well. But once everything is submitted in the application and your credit is pulled and your income and assets information is already collected, a loan processor from Navy Federal is going to be assigned to you, and this person will contact you anywhere from 1 to 3 business days. That person will then be your main point of contact and will go over everything with you in detail and all the proceeding steps going forward. And just so you guys know, your turnaround time for this whole entire process to be done from the day your application was submitted is going to be anywhere from 45 to 55 calendar days. Now, the HELOC that you're receiving from Navy Federal is going to be a variable rate based on whatever the rates are depending on the time that you're watching this video. So these rates can change on the first business day of every single month. And also really quick, if you guys are finding any of this information helpful, if you guys could do me a favor and hit the like button, I would really appreciate it because it really helps me out a lot, and it's also a dope way to help support the channel. But another thing you guys should know is that you're also going to have to be at a 40-year term, and this is going to be broken down into 2 periods. The first 20 years of this HELOC is going to be your draw period, and the second 20 years is going to be your repayment period. You won't have to pay anything back though if you do not take anything from the HELOC. But during the draw period, you can draw up to the line of credit as many times as you guys need to. And then you're going to make the minimum payments based on the outstanding balance on the loan. So you're either paying 1% of the outstanding loan balance, the accrued interest charges if they come out to be more than 1% of the outstanding loan balance, or if you have a $10,000 balance or less, then you'll only be making a minimum payment of $100. So pretty much whichever one of those comes out to be more, then that will be what you need to pay that month. And you can keep taking out as much as you want in the first 20 years and just keep paying it back. But after that draw period is over, you will no longer be allowed to draw from this HELOC. The only way you guys will be able to draw again is if you guys refinance the loan or just simply pay everything back, close it, and then open up another HELOC with Navy Federal. But let me also just mention, once you guys close on this HELOC, Navy Federal is going to provide you with checks from this HELOC, so that way you guys can just send the check to whoever you may need to. And not only that, but they're actually going to provide you with a HELOC credit card. It's called a Home Equity Line of Credit Platinum Credit Card. Now, this credit card is pretty much going to work like any other credit card out there, but just make sure to use it anywhere Visa is accepted. And this credit card is going to come in the mail anywhere from 7 to 10 business days, or you can get it expedited if you would like to, so that way it can come in 2 days, but you will have to pay an expediting fee. But pretty much you guys are going to have 3 different ways on how you guys can reach your HELOC money. The first way is going to be through your HELOC Platinum credit card. The second way is going to be through your checks, and the third way is going to be you guys can just transfer the money to either your checking or savings account from the HELOC. And again, just remember, if you guys do not use anything, then you will not need to pay anything back. But if you guys do end up using it, then you do need to pay the minimum payment the following month. So for example, if you guys end up using $50,000, then your minimum payment roughly for the next month is going to be $500. Or if you guys end up using $40,000, then your minimum payment roughly next month is going to be $400. And there's not really any fees in order to obtain this HELOC. You don't have to pay an application fee, an origination fee, an annual fee, or an inactivity fee. There will also be no closing costs as well because Navy Federal takes care of that. Now, if you guys don't want the HELOC anymore and you didn't touch anything from it, or you already paid everything back, then you guys can feel free to close it at any time without being charged a penalty fee. And I almost forgot to mention, if you guys are close to the repayment period, like let's say you're on year 19, if you guys want, you can actually refinance this HELOC at year 19 if you guys want another 20 years of drawing money. Now, Navy Federal claims they don't have a minimum credit score requirement, but honestly, I would aim to have a 660 credit score or higher if you guys are trying to get approved for this HELOC. And honestly too, the better credit score you guys have, then the better interest rates you guys are going to have too. And also really quick before I end this video, a lot of people think you can't have a HELOC with a different lender, but the reality is you can. If you have a mortgage with, let's say, Rocket Mortgage, but you wanted to get a HELOC with Navy Federal Credit Union, then you definitely can. But that's going to wrap it up for the Navy Federal HELOC, guys. Honestly, this is a really great product if you guys have a specific play in mind that you guys want to do. I wouldn't recommend getting this just to get it, so if you guys are thinking about getting this, just make sure you have a specific play in mind that you want to do with it. Let me know in the comments if you guys currently have a HELOC, or if you're thinking about getting one. I would like to know. Don't forget to get your guys' free stock at Robinhood. That could potentially be worth all the way up to $200 when you guys use my link in the description below. And also, if you guys are looking for a high yield savings account, I personally use SoFi. If you guys use my link in the description below, then you can potentially earn all the way up to $325 of free money, so I definitely wouldn't snooze on that while the offer is still available. And really quick, for those that don't know, I do offer one-on-one consultations. If you guys want to speak to me personally, the link will always be in the description below. But if you guys want a chance to win a free 15-minute consultation from me, then just comment the word free game down below and send an email to my business email stating what you would like to talk about. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, then I truly do appreciate you guys. We're at 50,000 subscribers at the time of this recording, so I do appreciate all who watch. And if you guys haven't yet already, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't yet already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you guys get notified every time I post a new video. And again, we talk about personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably gonna want to consider subscribing. We talk about how to get high limits on your guys' credit cards. We talk about how to boost your personal credit, how to obtain business credit. We talk about real estate. We talk about mortgage loan programs. We talk about all that. So this is your one-stop shop. And again, for those that don't know, I'm a licensed real estate agent and a licensed mortgage loan originator. So if you guys have any questions or concerns in regards to real estate, all my information will always be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.